Good morning, guys. Wanted to make another video. Wasn't really sure if I should tell another story. I haven't told one in a while about some of the trials and tribulations and adventures we went through, are still going through currently. Sorry, I'm just putting my tarot cards away so they don't get in the way of anything. So I was trying to think about what to tell, because there's been so much I haven't discussed. Yeah, we're in class right now, we're discussing stuff. But okay, so I had a situation that happened actually yesterday, and it triggered a lot of stuff in my life. So someone I deeply care about went through an abusive situation with an individual, and it shouldn't have happened, and I got very upset about it, of course. Like, it's someone I care about. I don't want to see anybody I care about go through abusive situations, no matter who you are. And whether you're a woman or a man, it doesn't matter to me. You shouldn't be in that type of situation, at all. It just is unacceptable. Now, for me, it's hard to say about how I don't like it. I don't think anyone should ever do it. Don't be in that situation. Because I've been in that situation so many times. But in the role of the person who was getting beat up or going through abuse. And I just want to say, it's not something to be ashamed of. Don't ever feel like you can't tell someone, call out for help. Always try to handle it the right way. And I know it's hard because I don't handle it the right way. I don't. I get angry, I'll fight back. If I can't fight back, I'll cry. I'll try to fix it myself. I won't want to go to the hospital. I don't want the police to know, it happened, it's alright, they didn't mean to, it was because they were drinking, making up every excuse I can, it's my fault, I antagonized it some way, and it's hard because those are excuses to make you feel better, so that you don't have to really process everything that happened, but it's important to, and I feel like I look terrible in this video. Anyway, so I've been through a lot of abusive situations myself. I've been punched in the face to where my cheek has been split open down here. And when that situation, it all started with someone who woke up in a bad mood, the person I was with. They just didn't want to be nice that day. They kept calling me swear names, all the wonderful names men call women when they're in a bad mood. Told me he didn't want to be with me all that day, just all day. Didn't want to be with me, didn't want to be with me, didn't want to be with me. And, it gets to you, it breaks you down inside. I went from trying to be like, I don't care, whatever. I'm fine. I don't need you, to breaking down crying, to anger, to just get out of my freaking face then. I don't want you around. And then it progressed all night. And then that night we were trying to fall asleep, and he kept doing it again, calling me these words, and I pushed him and said, stop doing this, I can't handle it anymore. And I was crying really bad, hyperventilating, and he shoved me back, and I fell down on my back, and he lunged on top of me, had me pinned down, and I couldn't get up. And as I started to panic, I started to try to move my arms, and I got my arms out enough to where I could try to push him off. I ended up scratching his neck, and then he cocked back and he punched me twice right here in the cheek, and I got up instantly. I wasn't even crying yet. I just felt the warmth of blood coming down my face, which you'll feel it's a very weird feeling and sensation to have. And I got up and I grabbed my phone and I said, get out. And I walked into the area we were in at the time, and I tried cleaning it up myself, and I couldn't I couldn't get it to stop bleeding. It was just a big gash right here, just big. And I just started crying because, at that time it sets in what happened. I had a blood ring around my eye. I was bruised all right here, and it was just blood pouring. Like, it was down my neck, all over my clothes. I ended up destroying my pillow, like stained my pillow because it just went everywhere. And this woman that was in the same area that I was saw me and asked if I needed help, and I said no. I told him to get away from me, and she held me and she prayed with me, and it was one of the most beautiful moments to me. Anyone that prays with somebody else in a public place is just magical. Like, God bless you. Thank you for doing that. It's amazing. It helps so much. At least for me, it did. It made me feel like I wasn't so alone in the situation. And she did offer me to sleep in the trailer with her and her husband if I needed to, and I didn't know them, so I didn't feel comfortable, and I just said no thank you, God bless you, and she left. And I ended up going back and trying to sleep after, like, putting bandages and stuff all over it. My mistake in this situation, I feel like, with dealing with what I did yesterday, hearing everything that my loved one had to go through, is I didn't really proceed forward to do anything about what had happened. I let it kind of slide. I ended up letting the person stay because they had nowhere to go, and I felt bad. And even though this was what I was going through, my heart told me you can't let someone be without anything, no matter what they did to you. Like, God wouldn't do that. God wouldn't want you to do that, which isn't necessarily true, but it's the way I convinced myself that it was okay to just let this person stay. We just wouldn't be together anymore. It'd be all right. And I ended up, like, I couldn't get it to stop bleeding. Had been a whole other day. It had almost been 48 hours. It was still gushing blood. I didn't feel well. My face was getting worse. I ended up having to go to the hospital. Now, if you end up having to go to the hospital for something, they're going to ask you what happened. And I just kind of said, my boyfriend hit me. But I lied that the person I was with wasn't my boyfriend. I lied and said they were a friend. They were here with me, and, like, I was fine, and the other person left, and I didn't know where they were because I was scared. I didn't want to send him to jail. I didn't want to get him in trouble for what happened because I know he suffers from mental illness. I know he has no one. He has nowhere to go. So inside, I didn't want that to happen. And to me, I dealt with other circumstances with him after that, but nothing to that extent. And it definitely makes you question if you did the right thing. But at the same time, I don't want to be that person that ruins someone's life either, and it's a hard situation, for me at least, to be in. So I wanted to share that experience. Like, I went through it. I had blood in my eye. My eye was black and blue. My cheek hurt forever. Sometimes I still can feel exactly where it was. And it hurts still. It makes you feel so low about yourself to go through something like that. And I just want everyone to know you're loved. You have people there with you. Don't ever feel like it's acceptable to go through something like this. It's not. You should go to the police. You should report it. And I know it sounds like the pot kettling whatever black. I don't know that saying, but I know it's, about contradiction. But I don't want women to make the same mistakes I have because you have a good heart, because you care about the person, that you don't want to do something about it. It's always so important to make your life better. Don't get in a situation where you might die. I've been there as well. I've been there with other men in my life where I'm surprised I am not dead. And it's not a place you want to be. You want to feel safe in your life. Be with someone that treats you right. Take hold of that love and know that you're getting it back. And it's hard because I still live with it. I'm scared all the time. I have severe PTSD now. I have borderline personality disorder. It's hard because of all the abuse you go through. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what's around every corner. It makes you angrier. I snap so easily because I'm so defensive. I always feel like someone's about to attack me. Something's going to happen to me. And then I end up being with men that happen to do similar things to that. And I end up sticking it out because I'm scared of consequences. I'm scared of change. I'm scared of being by myself. I'm scared of all that. You don't want that. And it's something I've been working on a lot. I grow in my faith every day to say, like, it's not okay. You can't deal with this. You need to be happy. And sometimes change is necessary. Sometimes it's important for that to happen in your life. And I just felt like it was so important for me to at least talk about that one thing that I went through. I've been shoved down by the same individual. I've been kicked. in a lot of different situations. I've had my head slammed against cars, you know, everything. And I've had my lips bleeding. It's not okay. And that's only one individual. I've been in multiple situations where I've been so scared I've hidden closets and had dinner thrown at me. I've been dragged across the floor. I've been choked out. I've been chased around by knives. I've, you know, been in all those situations, and it's not something you want. You don't want someone trying to intimidate you. So I hope this helped, guys. You know, remember, it's okay. You can make it. Everything's gonna work out. And I love you all. God bless.